I'm Macy Eglin. Developing now, House Republicans just passed the president's tax bill. It includes an increase to the SALT deduction cap. The package hikes allowable deductions for state and local taxes paid to $40,000 for taxpayers who make less than $500,000 a year. It also includes changes to Medicaid and the SNAP program. The bill now heads to the Senate. A wet and slick getaway day ahead of the long Memorial Day weekend. AAA expects record travel with more than 45 million Americans set to head out between today and Monday. Most of them will be driving. Now, the worst time to be on the road is today between 1 p.m. and 9 o'clock tonight, and again tomorrow between noon and 8 p.m. If you're taking the train, the LIRR's Cannonball Express is back to help you beat that summer traffic. Service on the Penn to Montauk train resumes today, getting you from Manhattan to the Hamptons in about an hour and a half, Thursdays and Fridays. Now, the rain could complicate your commute, possibly the air show preps as well. We have an update on your holiday weekend weather in just a moment. The cost to build a casino at the Coliseum is ballooning. The price tag is now $7.6 billion, nearly double what it was when Las Vegas Sands pitched the project 2 years ago. The deadline for someone to apply for a gaming license there is June 27th. A Levittown staple is closing for good. Domenico's restaurant on Hempstead Turnpike is shutting down June 29th. Well, a new place for cancer patients to get treatment here on Long Island. New York Cancer and Blood Specialists opened a new facility in East Islip with 12 exam rooms and 15 infusion chairs. Well, you are looking at the island's first pediatric heart transplant patient. 17-year-old Justin Cawthon had the procedure in March at Cohen Children's Medical Center.
If you're sick, this is the best place to go.
He's living proof.
Earlier this year, the hospital received state approval to do pediatric heart transplants. Incredible. Let's talk about that wet weather. Rain heavy at times today, but things are looking better for Memorial Day weekend. Today, though, we are in for a lot of rain. Right now, gray and wet outside Ponquag Bridge and Hampton Bays. Yeah, just not a good start to the day. There is a flood advisory today through 11 o'clock tonight. It's also cool. It's windy, gusts in the double digits. That rain sticks around tonight. It'll be even cooler. Temps in the 40s later on tonight. Tomorrow, another chance of rain. Take a look at your future cast. It could impact a practice run for the air show. We'll see. Saturday and Sunday and Memorial Day, as we take a look at your 7-day, right now we're looking clear, sunny skies, but cooler than normal temperatures. Wednesday, we have another chance for rain.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
She was the granddaughter of slaves who helped shape the United States Army. Virginia Huey tells us how the Amityville woman broke barriers and made history in a story you'll see only in Newsday.
As a young girl, Nancy Lieutenant Colon dreamed of being a nurse and serving her country, despite obstacles that made both goals challenging for a young black woman in the 1940s.
She never mentioned the obstacles. You have to do what you have to do was her favorite word.
Her nephew, Christopher Lieutenant, remembers his Aunt Nancy's quiet resolve and determination.
Determined is not the word for it. She didn't know what no meant.
Born in Goose Creek, South Carolina in 1920, Lieutenant Colon was one of 12 children and a granddaughter of freed slaves. Her family moved into this house on Washington Avenue in Amityville when she was 3. In 1939, she graduated from Amityville Memorial High School and pursued her goal of being an Army nurse.
She worked as a domestic servant for people until she got enough money to go to Lincoln School of Nursing, which was the only school in the country that accepted black women into the nursing field.
She attempted to enlist in the armed forces, but was informed that the military was not accepting African American nurses.
Imagine she graduated from Lincoln in 1941, and she tried to get in the service, and they told her no black nurses. What?
Lieutenant Colon persevered. she volunteered to serve as an Army reservist. In 1948, after President Harry Truman ordered the military to be desegregated, Lieutenant Colon realized her dream, becoming the first black nurse to be commissioned and integrated into the Army Nurse Corps. She later transferred to the Air Force and traveled the world as a flight nurse during the Korean and Vietnam Wars.
And at the time she was in the service, black folks didn't get ranked, but she got up to be a major.
Even as a military officer, Lieutenant Colon faced discrimination, barred from accessing certain restrooms and restaurants because of the color of her skin.
She never complained. She just went on about her business, doing her job.
After retiring from military service in 1965, she returned to her hometown to work as a nurse here at Amityville Memorial High School. The library now bears her name in her honor.
Everybody talks about her legacy as military and a nurse, but I think her biggest legacy was when she was the school nurse at Amityville. All the kids that she helped with their self-esteem, getting their hair combed. That was her biggest pride.
The trailblazing nurse passed away on January 8th at the age of 104. Her remarkable life is a testament to the power of perseverance in transforming institutions and inspiring future generations. For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Another great story, and you can see more exclusive stories just like this one on our website, newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A heartbreaker on the hardwood. The Knicks blew a 17-point fourth quarter lead, dropping Game 1 to the Pacers. Jamie Stewart was at the Garden with what's next.
The Knicks' first conference finals game in a quarter century will be talked about for decades. 30 years after Reggie Miller's 8 points in 9 seconds broke the Knicks' playoff hearts, Tyrese Halliburton's bouncing jumper at the buzzer forced overtime in Game 1, and the Knicks were stunned in OT, 138 to 135. It's a game in which the Knicks led by 14 points with under 3 minutes to play.
Obviously, it's not a good feeling, but a lot of basketball left to be played, so we can't sulk. We just got to get better.
A lot of emotional highs and lows in the playoffs. You got to bounce back quickly. You look at the film, make your corrections, get ready for Game 2.
It was an absolute stunner of a game in which the Knicks led for most of the way, but then blew it in the end. If you think about it, it's the exact opposite of how the Celtics series went. Here's Newsday's Steve Popper.
They are now on the other side of it, trying to figure out a way to recover from just a devastating loss, a historic loss. Nobody loses games when you're down 9 in the final minute in the playoffs. It's never happened before. So the Knicks have one day off here to try and recover, to try and figure out what went wrong, how they blew that game after dominating it in the fourth quarter. This is one day and then back to Madison Square Garden to try and recover and find their way back to this.
In NBA history, teams up 14 or more points in the final 250 of a playoff fourth quarter or overtime were 977-0 until the Knicks loss. Game 2, Friday night at the Garden. For Newsday TV, I'm Jamie Stewart.
That one hurts. You can read more about the Knicks on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. Check out the four-leaf air show at Jones Beach. The United States Air Force Thunderbirds are the stars this weekend at Jones Beach State Park. Always a great time. Volunteers are needed to place American flags on veterans' graves. The event is Saturday at Long Island National Cemetery in Farmingdale and at Calverton National Cemetery in Calverton. And it's opening weekend at Splish Splash. There's fun for kids of all ages and a new kids' water playground as well. The park opens Saturday in Calverton. For admission information and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. You can see more on all these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and all the other streaming services that you see here. I'm Macy Eglund. Thanks for watching Newsday TV. Have a great day.